I'm Gabriel Mendoza.
And I'm Esther Mendoza.
Been married for 19 years. We have 4 kids. So, before I got saved, pretty much hang out with friends, partying at the bars. We're living in Vegas. The bars are open 24/7. They don't close. I look back now, and I didn't fully surrender. I was going through the motions.
Gabriel came to the Lord due to some unfortunate circumstances. We had lots of scares with our newborn daughter. We had just been told that she was not going to make it and that we needed to prepare for the worst.
I was still going out with the boys, still hanging out, drinking, and partying it up. And
Gabriel that night before had called and pretty much just to tell me that he was going to go out with the guys, and I asked him to come home. I was excited to see a change, but the change never came. The phone rang and it was him, and I answered, and it was a woman, and she said, honey, don't wait for him, and hung up. Everything in me crumbled. A gazillion things went through my mind, and the biggest question, what was I gonna do? And I knew that I did have biblical grounds to leave, to file for divorce, but I heard that still voice, and he said, Esther, you have every right to divorce this man, but I'm asking you to stay. I want you to stay. How do you do that, Lord? Because everything in me wanted to just pick up his stuff and throw it out of the house. So I just sat and prayed, opened my Bible. I was very new, and I didn't even know what to read. I just remember holding my Bible and telling myself, well, God's big. I don't know how this is gonna play out. Morning came. I seen Gabriel pull up, and I remember getting up from the couch, and I knew I had a decision to make. What was I gonna do? Was I just gonna say, you know what, get your stuff and leave? Or was I gonna be obedient? He came to the door, and I knew in that moment that I had chosen obedience. I helped him in because he was stumbling. A conversation stirred up between Gabriel and I told him in that moment I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't compete with his lifestyle, and come Monday I was gonna file for divorce. In that moment, I just looked at him and I said, you need to make a choice. What do you want? If you want the single life, then go. You're more than welcome to live it. But if you want to continue in this marriage, and you want to be a husband, and you want to be a dad, you can't do what you're doing. You can't live the way you're living.
Yeah, she gave me an ultimatum. Choose family or choose a single life, like she said. At that point, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. Living 3 lives, work life, church life and home life. I couldn't do it. So I surrendered my life again, pretty much. Said, God, I don't want to do this no more. I gave up drinking, gave up smoking, gave up partying, gave up everything overnight. I couldn't do that on my own. God did just, there's a miracle in me. And for me to come from where I came from, everything I did, for him to love me, be a child of Christ. If it wasn't for God, I couldn't love her the way I do right now.
The Lord has definitely answered prayers. The man before you is definitely a man that's been transformed by the love of Christ. The husband that he is exactly what I need. And I know that the father he is now, he couldn't be if he would have not gone through what he went through.
So because of the cross, my life has been restored, and my marriage has been restored.